Hey there, guys, what is going on? Sloppy here, and I am playing some more Creativerse on the Creatinator server. Yeah, smooth, silky, like butter, but not bad for you. What is going on? Spawn is incredibly laggy today. We are not going to be working over here today. I did not any more work, but I do like this pathway. It just like even just having a pathway here just kind of fills this kind of nicely. So I'm really excited for what we're going to do over there. But today we are actually going and working on our storage room. We are getting some of the first ideas out. I want to completely dig out the area. I want to get a little bit maybe of a palette going. And I want to get some of the ideas together that I would like to put into our thing. Anyway, I don't remember what else I was gonna say. How's it going? You guys said some lovely things. I have now seen the comments from 2 weeks ago's video when I did I finished the processor forge room. And you guys had a lot of really nice comments, so thank you for those. But there was an interesting thing. I went and did that adventure that shows you all the sprites. Turns out somebody made a website, which a lot of people pointed out to me. n2land.com, I think. It's in the comments of that video quite a few times. But yeah, there's a website that shows all of the sprites, and apparently they get changed sometimes in updates and whatnot. So yeah, you don't have to go to Adventure to find the sprites, but I did. And they look pretty good, I think. But you guys said a lot of nice things about this room. I'm really happy with it. There are a few things I want to do for it, but for the most part, I'm incredibly happy with it, and it's actually been very useful. But today, our focus is on the next room. Dun, dun, dun. So I want to get this room completely dug out. This is where our storage room is going to be, and this is actually where our touchstone is going to be as well. It's it's the easiest place. You know, a touchstone in your storage room, you drop in, you grab what you need, and you get out. So there's a few things that I want this room to have, which we will talk about in just a second after I do some digging. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is get what we actually want to store in here, get our categories before we worry about anything else. So, I just went ahead and grabbed some blocks. What we're going to do is set up blocks like this. This is stuff that I want to store, and these are our first section. So basically these are the underground biomes. Grass is sort of separate. So I want to do the underground biomes by themselves. So all of the blocks from the stalactite layer, which includes this, and mud, I guess. All of these blocks will be stored in essentially one chest. I just think that makes more sense for storage. That way, if I want any of these blocks, I know where they're stored based on that alone, which is what I want. It'll be the same for the lava and the corruption. These two I'm going to separate just because you end up with a lot of them. And is there any other blocks? Stone, but that's stored over there. So this is going to be one little section, and this is probably going to have to be a hefty section. And then the other thing I want to do is actually store blocks by what biome they appear in. So we'll have a little canyon storage section. We'll have, what, canyon? I mean, all the different biomes. You know what I mean? So let me get the biomes also set up in here so it makes a little bit more sense again. Yeah. This is how I'm going to do part of it, and then we'll look at the other part in just a second here. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so let's go through this. This side is all not premium, but blocks that are kind of limited use. I don't use a ton of these blocks unless I'm building with these blocks, so they're all going to get sort of their own little section. These, well, Lumite could probably be on that wall. But yeah, I've separated everything into sort of their sections, and I think this is how we're going to go about doing the storage room. Is by separating them into their sections. That way they'll be the easiest version of themselves to find, I think. And we're also going to do a chest sort of in the middle. It's going to be right next to the touchstone. That's going to be quick grab. So this chest is going to be basically things from the processor forge room that are just going to be faster to grab. So we're talking about things like, you know, stone slabs. We'll probably store a stack. So I basically want a chest of like things that I might need to just want to grab quickly that aren't really going to be stored in here. So anyway, now comes the interesting thing is how to set up the storage room. Essentially, what I want is a block that has the touchstone on it where almost everything is easily grabbable. Like, I want to be able to spend as little time in this room as possible from landing, getting my stuff, and leaving. That's the idea. So that's going to be a little tricky. So what I think I'm going to start with is just selecting a center point, which we will use a piece of magnetite for at the moment. So this is our center point where our touchstone is going to be, and I'm going to try and align stuff where I want it. This might be difficult. This is definitely difficult, but the other thing I want is basically a series of teleporters at one end that I can hook up to wherever I'm building. So what I want to do is be able to flash in here, go through my storage, and walk out into a teleporter that is the thing that I'm building at that time, so I can quickly get back to where I'm building. So let me try and set up something. Well. Here we are again. So, bloop, blop, bleep, cleared out a little bit more area. This is where you get drop down. I realized you actually have a pretty short radius as to what you can grab from where you land. So we're going to have a few sort of decisions to make here. So this is where you're going to land. I do want a chest. How many can we make? Amount of goo. That's a weird thing to be out of, but I guess a lot of stuff uses it. So yeah, I kind of want a walkway that's clear through here. This is where you're going to have teleporters to other areas, bloop, blop, bleep. Basically just an easy way to get out of the storage room. So we don't have that much room to play with in terms of stuff that can be immediately accessible. I think we're sort of limited to like 15-ish spots, which isn't terrible. So we're going to have 15 chests immediately surrounding the person. Well, me. This is my storage room. We're going to have 15 chests sort of immediately next to the person. And then what I'm thinking is we're going to do sort of little cublets on our way out that will do some of the more alternative options. So essentially what I'm trying to say is a lot of these blocks here, like the Forbidden City, I won't really be using a ton of, but I want a place to store. So what we're going to do is have a little Forbidden Temple thing like right here, as opposed to sort of in the bulk of where my stuff is going to be stored, which is here. So this will be dedicated to probably the biome-specific ones, the underground biomes, that sort of stuff. Stuff that we use more often than not. Okay, so first of all, let me move some of this stuff out of our way. I also brought with me some signs because when I was initially doing this, I left out some of the more, I'm not going to use the word obscure, but there's some things that we definitely need to store that weren't really here. So, I ran out of goo, right? That's why I'm not putting down more chests? Yes. So now we got to figure out what exactly we want to store in these. So, what I was thinking is the ones on the back, we can do the biomes. So we definitely want canyon stone because that's actually pretty valuable. We definitely want this sort of combined mountain tundra one because peak stone is something I quite enjoy using. We probably want jungle and I don't know if we want any of the other biomes. Maybe a grasslands? Maybe. But yeah, some of the other things we need is a mob drop, potions, machines, that sort of thing. So a chest that has, you know, your excavators, your potions, probably, and your machines, and then probably one for mob drops. And yeah, this will all make a little bit more sense when the final part of this project comes through, which is actually going to be a more expansive storage room that we'll talk about after. But for now, what I want to do is sort of get at least this central area sort of rounded up. I think I might I can make a couple more. I've been getting some of these in my inventory to, what's the word I'm trying to look for here? I've been getting some of these in my inventory to try and get the arc stones, but I think I may actually have to find a kappa eventually, so I may make some taming potions, try and find one of those. What was the other thing? Goo. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go mine, just grab some of the stuff to turn into goo. You know, I don't... I think I may need your guys' help here. I've been doing a little bit of decorating. I'm just using Adobe Bricks, kind of as a fill-in block right now, but I kind of also kind of like it. But I've sort of narrowed down what I want in this area, and yeah, I think it's coming together pretty well. Oh my gosh, I got the hiccups. I do want your guys' help in this, though. I do want your sort of opinions, because I feel like we can really make something cool. Anyway, so all of these are different block sets, and what I was thinking is you can walk down here, each of these will have a chest, and you can grab your blocks from any one of those, and then in here, sort of your more general purpose blocks, you know, your dyes, sort of your landscaping tools, trees, grass, blah, 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 peakstone, canyon, all of your underground biomes. Over here, we're going to have mob drops, machines, excavators, extractors, all that sort of stuff. Then that one's our grab-all box, you know, just the box of things that you might need. But yeah, I'm running a little bit out of space. I may need to back this whole thing up a little bit, because right here is actually the wall to the next room over. And I'm not sure how many more. I think I'm out of individual block sets. And I think this is enough room, but I think I do need to move this whole thing back a little bit. But I do want to get your guys' opinions on this area. So what I'm going to do is leave it for now. And I want to know what you guys think, because I feel like I don't want to just finish this. I want this to be sort of a continual... Well, I do want to finish it next episode, but I do want to get your guys' opinions on it. What do you guys think of basically having easy to grab things here? I also was kind of hoping it'd be a closer space to the teleporters. I also need to leave room because they will add new block sets eventually, so we have to leave room for that as well. This whole thing has to back up. I want to get your guys' opinion. Let me know what you think of those comments down below. Let's go check out something else to end today's episode a little bit. Wow, 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 wow. I just looked at the time and I realized how long I have been mostly just like thinking about the storage room and how I want to lay it out. Yeah. I've just been spending a lot of time today just sort of looking at stuff, trying to figure out exactly how I want to do it. So that's pretty much where all my time went. So sorry if this is a bit shorter today, but a lot of planning went into everything I put down, which is, you know, not my usual thing. This poor guy, still stuck in the middle of the lake. Will he ever make it out? Stay tuned for next time. Anyway, I think I want to get a keepa. And I'm going to start streaming again. I promise you this time. So if you want that, link in the description. We'll be doing probably some keepa catching and some other stuff in the very near future. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Please let me know what you think in those comments down below. I need some help with this project, so let me know what you think in those comments down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. A ciao!